Online fitness coaches, what's going on? First thing, I just want to make sure you're in the right place. This is going to be for coaches that are having sales calls, but you feel like all your time and your energy is wasted. At the end of the call, they tell you this is out of budget. They have to think about it. They have to check the numbers. All of a sudden, overnight, they become an accountant and they have to go into the Google sheet and check the little numbers and what they can move around. And at the end of the day, it's super, super frustrating. And right now you may be stuck in that swamp of like 3 to 8K per month and you want to scale to $10,000 to $20,000 per month and have more sales calls that are actually qualified. So we're going to go over qualifying questions that turn fitness leads into paying clients. All right. So I'm going to get into it because I understand I have been there before where I was really struggling for a very, very long time, years, under $10,000 per month. I was posting content like yourself, taking sales calls, and they just really weren't qualified. Or I would just live in the DMs and then, send a call link. They see maybe there's like an investment involved and then they just ghost. And it's like in the DMs, we're trying to pry teeth on the sales calls. We're just convincing and we're only scraping up at the end of the month a few $1,000s. I was there 100%, and a lot of my clients were there as well. One of my clients, Bailey, she was taking calls, got a lot of leads, but weren't really that qualified. We implemented what we're going to talk about right now, and now she's signing clients for literally over $2,000 each client. All right, so this definitely works. We want to make sure we're actually qualifying who you are talking to. All right, and this is going to be important, right? Now, I'll say this, in the beginning, if you're just starting out, you want to just get your reps in. But if you are really working on the business and you feel like your sales calls, you're just wasting time, you have to incorporate this. All right, so I'm going to get into it. Let's go. So first thing is I'm going to give you qualifying questions that you should be sending in a call link, right? So most popular software is going to be Calendly, and we're just going to use that as an example for this video. But if you have a different call software, you want to actually put these questions in that software. So before they actually pick a time with you or one of your closers, if you have closers, then we're actually qualifying them so you or your team is not wasting time. All right. And if someone fills this out, okay, and you have a strong post-booking process. Actually, I'm going to pause the video. Next video is probably going to be post-booking process or videos coming up. Let me just pause so I can note that down. I just noted that down. I digress. Post-booking process is after they book in for the call. What should you be doing up until the call? But listen, that doesn't even matter if this is not really plugged in. Okay, like we need to actually qualify your leads. If someone fills this out, they've been talking to you, they're watching their content, they're much more likely to pay you high ticket for a program. So these are the exact questions that you can pretty much just copy and paste. And what I'll also do, I'm just going to note down as well, I'll throw a document in the description so you actually have a document you can just copy and paste. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the actual question. So first thing is first, Calendly should automatically ask for their full name and email. If it doesn't, you can fix the settings. It should automatically just show up. So they're going to put their full name and then they're going to put, the first actual question is the phone number, right? And then the answer type that you want to put is actual phone number. So you'll see throughout this training, it's the question and then how you want them to answer the question, which is the answer type, the type of answer. So phone number, and then you're just going to put on answer type, you'll choose the setting phone number. And then question number 2, what is your Instagram username? If you have other platforms you're booking calls on, you could just say, what is your primary social media handle? If you're using Facebook, TikTok, all that, if it's mostly just Instagram, you can use Instagram and just say Instagram, right? But we actually want to collect their username information for follow-up purposes. All right. Answer type, 1 line. Okay. Question 3, what are your primary health goals? Answer type is multiple lines. Some people might just spill and write all over the page. That's a good thing, right? They're really deep into their why. So just put multiple lines, right? And this is where we're creating a gap, right? What are the main struggles you have when it comes to accomplishing the goals you mentioned? All right, answer type again, multiple lines. So you could see even in the qualifying questions, we're building that gap of, okay, what are your main goals? Where do you want to go? We have them focused on the top of the mountain. And then we ask the struggles. Now there's a clear gap. then they realize, coaches, there is a clear gap. There's more an incentive to finish the application because now they know they have a problem they want fixed. Okay, so that is going to be very important. And if you're thinking, coaches, well, I asked the goals and the struggles in the DMs already. I'm asking them on the sales call. It doesn't matter, right? We want to actually point out the gap as many times as we possibly can without seeming tedious, right? And we're not going to seem tedious unless you ask that question like over 20 times, but we're not doing that. No prospect, no lead thinks, coaches, like, this person asked me my struggles before, and they don't tally it up like we do. All right. Ask the goals and the struggles. All right. Then last couple questions. These are really like good qualifying questions. How ready are you to make the change for yourself? Now, the answer type, you're going to put check boxes. Have 3 check boxes. Answer 1, very ready. Let's do this. That's what we're looking for. Number 2, I'm eager to see results, but need your help to motivate me. Even if they put that is cool. And then third thing, not so ready. If they hit that is a red flag. Now, when you see red flags pop up, this is exactly what you want to do. A little ninja hack right here. You want to go back into the DMs. Let's say they finished the application. You want to validate the things that stood out to you. John, saw you filled out the application for the call. I love that you want to lose 20 pounds and feel more comfortable in your body. Message 1. Message 2, but when it came to priority levels, to lose the 20 pounds, I saw you check the option you're not so ready. ... Was that a mistake? ? Now, we're not really confronting it. We are assuming that this is a mistake. And it's so beautiful because we're not really pointing the finger and be like, John, why are you not ready, mister? No, it's like we assume that's a mistake, and it gets them to subconsciously think like, damn, this person probably works with really committed people because they actually assumed that like I did something wrong when I'm not so ready. I'm not ready to do this, right? It just like we are the authority figure, right? And we're not really saying, hey, you did something wrong. John, if you're not ready, I don't want to work with you. We're like, was that a mistake? Right? It's almost like Michael Jordan, if he didn't make all 10 of his 3-pointers in a game, if we hold him to a high standard, but we don't want to say, Michael, why did you miss those shots? We're going to be like, Michael, you only hit 8 out of 10. Was that a mistake? It's like, damn, now we're kind of challenging them without pointing the finger. It's beauty, all right? So, qualifying question, last couple ones. How much of a priority is this for you right now? Is it a do it now or do it later type of thing? All right, this is a great one. Check boxes, because then if they're really ready, major priority, do it now. Okay, here's some info and do it later. Next option, not so interested right now. Red flags are answer number 2 and 3, right? Again, we're going to ask them if that was a mistake, if they check that. If they're serious, they're going to put major priority. All right, question 7, why is it important for you to make these changes now instead of putting them off for later? Right? I love this and we're going to put multiple lines because they'll start explaining, I want to do it for my family, I want to have energy for myself, for work, all that. And again, we're labeling them as action takers. Why are we doing this now instead of putting them off for later? We're trying to get them in the now state, putting them in an identity as someone that takes action now and puts importance on their goals right away now, okay? Question 8, this is the money question. In terms of like the key question, the $1 million question, and also actually the money question. All right. So first, let me just adjust this real quick. All right. Just so you can see it a bit better. There we go. But this is going to ask, what does your budget look like to invest in yourself to make sure you start living your dream life, right? Answer type, check boxes, right? So you're going to put check boxes. 4 main options. Not willing to invest in my future to better my future. And again, that's where we want to, if they put that, validate the good things on the application and question if that was a mistake. Okay. Next couple ones, 0 to 500. You might think, listen, coaches, like you might think 0 to 500, you have a program that's more than that. It's okay. I've had people put 0 to 500 and then at the end of the call, they pay over $3,000 for a program because they just need to hop on the call. They need to see the value. Okay. Now, if someone asks on the call, wait, like your program's $3,000, I didn't see any of the options go up to that when I was booking the call. No one says that. If it does pop up, what you can say is like, yeah, those are actually the monthly rates we see. We're qualifying some individuals to see if it's a good fit. right? Because if you have a 3K program, it's going to fit within all these budgets. So that's what you could say back to them. If they really ask that, no one's ever asked me that after thousands of calls. All right. But you could put these 4 options, right? 0 to 500. And by the way, that still qualifies, right? I put 0, and that doesn't mean like someone has $0, right? If someone has $0, they're gonna put not willing to invest to better their future. 0 to 500. Oh, 1 second. My bad. I apologize. This should be 500 to 1,000, and then this should be. What's going on with me? What is going on with me? I thought I prepped this all up. Right, and then this one could be like 1,000 plus, or like 1,000 to 1,500. You could kind of keep it going. All this is doing for me, right? I'll put 1,000 plus here. That'll make the most sense. Because the thing is, coaches, I'm glad we're going over this right now, because you don't want to scare them away and put like 5,000, right? I just put like lower numbers just so they see, yes, there will be an investment involved. Even if they put, again, 0 to 500. Most of my clients that pay in full put 0 to 500. No one is super willing and ready to put 1,000 plus because they don't even know what they're getting. So this is just a question. Even if it's 0 to 500, you could still pitch your $1,500 package, 3K, 5K, whatever it is, because we're just seeing like, hey, do you know you're coming onto the call and at the end of the call there is an investment involved? We're just kind of showing them that. The people that are not serious and that are tire kickers wasting time, they're going to hit not willing to invest, or they're just not even going to fill out the application, right? And yeah, we have a follow-up sequence for sure, but we're just seeing if they're going to fill this out and they know if there's an investment, all right? Last thing, this one is sneaky powerful, coaches. Question 9, last one. The call will be on, and then you want to enter where it's at. Zoom, Google Meet, FaceTime, whatever it is. I recommend using either Zoom or Google Meet. It's best to join a computer for easier screen share. Can you commit to showing up on time, ready and free from distractions, and not driving or multitasking? Right? Answer type is going to be check boxes. You're just going to have one checkbox and it says, yes, I commit. This really qualifies subconsciously. This shows your prospect, your lead, like, okay, this person's serious. We're not just going to be like, he's not going to be at the gym on the treadmill, right? I can't be on, like, I've seen people without this question, they're picking, like, I literally watch my client sales calls one-on-one and give them feedback because I'm really in depth with my clients. And I'll watch some sales calls and some people are answering the phone, the Zoom, Google Meet, they're in bed. They're driving. Like, I was literally watching a sales call last week. One of my clients, who was it? His name is Thomas. And the lead, I'm watching, like, he's curled up in a blanket in bed. Looks like he just woke up after a 48-hour nap. Like, literally almost looked dead. I'm like, oh my God. Like, that type of person is not probably going to pay $3K on the first call. Like, that type of person, how they're showing up, doesn't look like a high achiever that's going to pay that much, right? So if we add this question, though, then it gets them to see, okay, like, I got to be ready. Let me, like, dress up a little bit. Let me, get on my computer. I will be at my desk. It gets them thinking in the right state of mind, in the buying state. Now they're in a buying state. All right, so coaches, that's it. Please plug in these questions into your call booking form and you will talk to way more serious leads, I promise you. So that way you're not wasting time after a 30, 45, 60-minute call and you feel like you just want to go take a nap after, you feel defeated. You're going to have much better conversations and it's going to lead to more sales. All right. Now, I also just want to say, if this helps, right, and you're looking for a bit more one-on-one support when it comes to your online fitness business, and not just some course that you get thrown you're thrown a bunch of modules and you go watch them and you don't really have one-on-one tailored custom guidance to make sure you get to $10,000 to $20,000 per month, there is a link in the description of this video. All that is for, it's not for joining my program. It's literally to have a conversation with me to see if we are maybe a good fit where I can help you. But most importantly, it's to actually give you some strategies and help to make sure you scale to $10,000 to $20,000 per month. If I can't help, which happens sometimes, like I'm just maybe not the best fit. Some people are looking for something else. I either send you to some great referrals I have to somebody else, or I'll just give you like a roadmap that can help you out. Right? But if you are, and I talk to someone that's usually between like $3,000 to $8,000 per month, you're struggling, you're posting content, right? You might be struggling with time management. You don't have all the systems in place with marketing, content, sales, lead generation, but you are coachable, you're eager, you just like love the game. Like that is who I know I can help. If that's not you, like that's completely okay. I appreciate you still being here. But those are the type of people I'm definitely looking for. And so link in the description of this video. There's also going to be a document for you with all these questions in the link of this video. So, or sorry, the description of this video, you know what I mean. But yeah, so just wanted to put that out there. Would love to see if we're a good fit, see if I can help even more, and hope you have an amazing day.